Hey guys, what's up? It's Mizzotto. As I was watching Solo, I couldn't help but notice a lot of Legends references all throughout the movie. I recognize a lot more in Solo than I did in The Last Jedi or The Force Awakens. I can remember maybe like 2/3 of them because I'm not in the movie theater jotting down notes while I'm watching the movie, right? And in this video, I'm going to share with you the 7 Legends references that I can remember from Solo. Number 1. So the first one is Han freeing Chewbacca from Imperial slavery. So in the Thrawn trilogy, it's mentioned that Han Solo saved Chewbacca from Imperial slavery while Han was a lieutenant in the Imperial Navy. Because of this, Chewbacca decided that he owed Han a life debt, meaning that he basically committed himself to keeping Han alive and helping him for as long as he lives. When Han married Leia and had kids, Chewie extended that life debt to include Leia and Han and Leia's kids, Jason, Jaina, and Anakin.
She's carrying twins.
In the Solo movie, I would say it was more like they saved each other, since Han couldn't really have escaped without Chewie. But either way, Chewie probably wouldn't have escaped in the near future without Han's help. Number 2. Han was in a children's gang on Corellia. Like in the movie, in Legends, when Han was a kid, he was a part of a street gang. When Han was young, he started as a beggar. As he grew older, his crimes would start to include pickpocketing and other forms of theft. He was set out on the streets and would bring back what he found to his boss, Garrus Shrike. In the movie, we really don't see much difference other than who Han Solo's boss was. Number 3. Han knew how to speak to Wookiees before he met Chewie. A lot of people think Chewie taught Han Treewook, which is the name of the Wookiee language. But while Han was in that gang I was talking about earlier, he was befriended by a female Wookiee named Dulana, who served as a cook for Garrus Shrike. Dulana raised Han as a son and taught him how to speak Treewook. Number 4. Han won the Falcon in a card game against Lando. In the Heir to the Empire trilogy, Han and Lando talk about how Han had won the Falcon. This is how it went down in Legends. So Lando had a bunch of ships that he fixed up and would often sell to people. His favorite ship was the Millennium Falcon. He made the Falcon to be better than any of his other ships, but made it not look as good so as to keep it inconspicuous. Well, in a Sabacc game with Han, Lando told Han that he could choose any one of his ships if Han won the hand. Well, Han did win the hand, so Lando took Han to his hangar. I'm saying Han too much. Hangar, to choose one of his ships to keep. In the front, Lando had a bunch of really nice, good-looking ships, hoping Han would choose one of them. Han, however, knew about the Falcon and went straight to the back of Lando's collection and chose the Falcon. Lando remained upset about the event for decades.
Hey! Are you slimy, double-crossing, no-good swindler? You got a lot of guts coming here, after what you pulled.
In the Solo movie, Han won the Falcon in a card game, but Lando knew he was gambling with the Falcon. Number 5. Han and Chewbacca as slaves on Kessel. In Legends continuity, Han and Chewbacca were slaves for a time in the spice mines of Kessel, mining spice. Spice is used to create a drug called glitter stim. What's interesting about spice is that it's made by energy spiders, using the substance to spin their webs. Energy spiders are these huge, very hard to kill spiders that lived in the mines and would often attack the workers. It was during this time that Han developed an intense fear of spiders, which he maintained for decades afterwards. While Han and Chewie were in the mines, they met and freed a guy named Kyp Durron. Kyp Durron would eventually go on to become a Jedi Master in Luke's new Jedi Order. In the Solo movie, they just pretended to be slaves on Kessel in order to steal a shipment of unrefined hyperfuel. Number 6. Lando and his female droid. I went over this in a previous video, so I won't spend a lot of time on it now, but Lando was once a prospector. He used his ship called the Rockhound. The Rockhound was crewed entirely by droids with sultry female voices. He gave these droids female voices because he didn't feel so lonely when they were around. In the movie, there was one droid with a female voice, but that doesn't necessarily mean he doesn't have the Rockhound somewhere with more of those female droids. It's like a harem of droids. It's weird. Number 7. Droids rights activist droid. So there's multiple droids throughout Legends who are droid rights activists. They're always complaining about how unfair restraining bolts are and how they should either be removed from droids or installed in all beings so it's fair. They also cause droid riots and try to free droids whenever they find them unaccompanied. In the movie, Lando's droid calls restraining bolts barbaric and attempts to free droids on Kessel, and is always going on about droid rights and stuff.
Fit him with a restraining bolt.
If you know of any references that I missed, let me know in the comments section below. If you enjoyed the video, I'd really appreciate it if you can hit that like button. And if you'd like to be notified whenever I come out with new content, go ahead and hit that subscribe button and hit that little notification bell. I do have a Twitter and a Facebook that I hope to be more active on in the near future. And make sure to share this with your friends that might be interested. Anyway, that's all I've got. See you later.